Hi y'all, it's Raven Richards. This is my podcast, We Got Ish to Do. This is like the most bootleg setup ever. I got my phone in my shoe because really I forgot my tripod, but it's so beautiful out here. I figured, well, I gotta get some sun and some air while I talk, And I'm gonna freestyle this episode. Most times I have a topic, but I'm gonna just freestyle this one because I'm in Philly right now. I would say I'm bored, but my grandmother taught me a long time ago that bored means uninterested and unattracted to something. So it's not that I'm uninterested. I'm actually very interested in a lot of things. It's just up north is cold, and they be in the house, and they also were affected by COVID differently than the South. And I'm talking about the United States, by the way, because I know I got some fans in France. Thank y'all so much. To the people in France, y'all be going hard for me. Thank you so much. I got some new songs for y'all too. I know y'all was like, I want you to sing in French, so I'm learning. And if you can like translate one of my songs or any of my songs to French, let me know. Like, help me, because I don't speak French. I'm not fluent in any other language but English, but I am learning Spanish though. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to talk about I guess climate and how it affects people, and y'all can leave the comments and what you think below. But it's crazy, like ever since I've been up north. I came here in November, actually 11/11, and today is December 29th, 2022. So I've been here for over a month, and I'm like, it seems like the climate has changed, not just the weather, but the people. It's a lot of roboticness and less energy to people, and I've observed that just in America in general. But I'm sad because up north used to be like, how can I say it? We are honest and blunt people. Some say even mean. Like, and I do think people would be mean for no reason, and that's not cool to me. Like, you should, like, I don't condone up north people just being bullies and being mean to people. I don't condone anybody being a bully. Like, that's if you're a bully, like, you're so corny to me. And you'll most likely write something negative below, because that's how you are, right? You try to cyberbully. Like, I'm one of the people who would just get off the computer and come outside. Like, you're not going to bother me. You're not going to bother me. You're not going to bother me, because we both know if we was in person, what would happen, right? Yeah. But anyway, as you can tell, I've been going through a lot of people trying to bully me. And I put it in my songs, too. It's in the Do Not Rush Me song. Pay attention to that. Performance coming soon. I'm learning how to plug myself better. Bow. But anyway, yeah, like, what do y'all think about the difference between if you lived up north compared to down south, and even the West Coast? Like, I've been to San Francisco, and I'm gonna go back to San Francisco in like 2 weeks. I can't say I'm too excited about that because it was pretty stiff, but I loved Oakland. It was hella black people in Oakland. Plus, my boy live out there. One of my aunts live out there, so like major love, you know what I'm saying? But like, what's up with the stiffness in America? And I know it's probably worldwide, but I'm in America right now. That's why I'm asking. Like, I haven't been outside of the United States since like 2021. So I don't know how it is other places. But right now, it's like this stiffness that I be feeling. And since I'm empathic, it be hitting me where I be like, whoa, I be having to like brush it back off me, because I'll be like, whoa, like, sheesh. But I know it wasn't always that way. I know people had less of a guard and more of a vulnerability. And as someone who loves to live in my vulnerability, like, I don't want to be no tough girl and like be all macho and like I want to be in my feminine energy. So when I was talking to this person, she's from New York. She was talking about how a lot of us women were forced to have a lot of masculine energy, and I've noticed at times where I have more masculine energy, I'm not receiving as well. I'm not as confident as a woman. Like, I'm more. It's probably because something has happened that made me go, ooh, that. Like, I'm scared of like being vulnerable, because I thought my femininity is what got someone to try to hurt me, right? Like, for instance, in the music industry, if I'm in a room full of guys, which I always am, in like the studio or something, and then one of them says something that's rude, or he's trying to like jab at my gender, right? Like, oh no, but you like women anyway, type shit. And it's like, whoa, but I'm still actually a woman. I'm still a feminine. I still identify as a femme, or not. Like, I don't know. Like, it'll vary by day. You feel me? Because if you know me, you know I like people. You feel me? I jig and jag. You see, but it don't matter. It's like let's say they lie, right? Which is a generic thing. You can lie to a male or a woman. You can lie to any person, anybody. You can lie to an animal. You can lie to a bird. You can lie to a cat, right? I'm going to feed you. And then the cat be like, wow, you really say you're going to feed me? Where's my food? Which every cat does that. Even when you feed them, they still be like, this it, right? All the cat owners know. So my thing is like, I thought that my femininity was why they thought I was soft enough to lie to me. A lot in life where I'll be like, oh, I don't think he would have done that if I was a man. And it's like, because they would say something like that. Like, they would insinuate that that's why. And then I would go, well, maybe I should cover up my assets as a woman. Maybe I should, like, wear a hoodie and, like, be real, like, tough girl. So he can ignore how pretty I am. So I can block my beauty, and he can, like, ignore that. So he's not distracted. Because a lot of times dudes be like, yeah, it's really distracting to record with a woman like you that looks like you and be singing about sex and sing about feelings. And I'm like, you know what? You know how that, like, I could receive that in a lot of ways as a compliment. Like, wow, I'm so attractive. He just can't focus. But then at the same time, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get this done. Like, and I paid you. So come on. Like, what do you mean? Like, okay, give my money back. I gotta go to another nigga who can focus, or go to a woman. Maybe she'll be able to focus. Like, I don't have time for that shit. And it kept happening. So where I was like, oh, maybe I like need to dress a different way. You know what I'm saying? And that really fucked me up because in my personal life, of course, I'm like, okay, this is where I could be a woman, right? But then I'm still blocking it from my everyday life, which is not cool because I'm a woman everywhere I go. I identify as a woman. I love being a woman. I love having a vagina. I love being able to like have a child. Even though I don't have children, I love the ability to. I love being a woman. Like, I think it's, oh my God, I have a privilege. We all have a privilege based off who we are. And it's just beautiful to be able to, like, be a woman. For so many reasons. Like, I love my period. I talk about my period a lot. I'm going to have an episode about that. Or a couple episodes. Because ain't no ill. Nah. This is a beautiful thing. Yeah, nah. Ain't no ill. Ain't no And hey, again, if this episode, like, if my show is something that makes you cringe or like really triggers you or bothers you, do not watch, because I'm not going to pay attention to you if you have like any negativity anyway, but it'll only bring you like kind of further from getting the point, right? Because if you try to go like, my girlfriend had her period and didn't tell me, and then it came on, and then we had sex, and now my whole bed is bloody, and I was really scared. I understand. That shit is I could understand how that's very scary. That's disgusting. Damn, she probably should have told you, but did you ever ask her why she didn't tell you? Did you ever ask her, like, damn, she made her feel uncomfortable because her mother or father made it seem like she shouldn't say nothing? Like, instead of be like, whoa, she's so blunt, ill, why don't you be like, why is this bothering me? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm triggering you, it's coming up for a reason. Don't run. Come back here. It's the reason you're here. So if you want to stay, learn something is what I'm saying. We got ish to do. That's why I'm calling it We Got Ish to Do, because we got stuff to learn. We have things to share. You can help me learn why somebody may be like ill. And I'm going to share a story with y'all. One time I was in the studio and I bled through a seat. And I was really, I don't get embarrassed. I wouldn't even say embarrassed. I just was like, fuck. Like, I actually didn't know what to do. And it's like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I just didn't know what to do. And I didn't even tell anybody. I didn't ask my mother for advice. I didn't ask my therapist for advice. I didn't ask my vocal coach for advice until like 2 weeks later. And then I told all three of them. And they were like, Rave, I just would have told them. Like, most men are like used to that now or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I don't know why I'm so stuck in the traditional ages where I was like, oh my God, like, I got some blood on the seat. Like, that's really nasty. Oh my God, what if he doesn't want to work with me or whatever? But then I'm also thinking, but then the other side of me was like, well, what do I say? How do I say that? Until I actually was like, you know what? I'm going to say how I feel. Hey, sorry. Really, really sorry. That doesn't always happen at all. I didn't know it was happening at the time. When I did learn it was happening, I definitely should have said something. And I'm big on communication. I just actually didn't know how, you know? And then he took it well. I don't know if his response was genuine or not, but he was extremely nice. Like, oh no, it's fine. Like, but like, he could have been grossed out. Like, this bitch nasty as fuck. Like, she dirty as hell. But I mean, I said something and that made me feel better. So I didn't care about his response because it was like, well, I had to say something because I ain't about to act like, because that's fucking disgusting. I'm like, if you don't say nothing to me, if you do something, if you get dirt on my carpet and don't say nothing, I'm gonna be like, this wasn't here when you got here, was it? We're gonna address it. Like, I love it. I love addressing things. And I don't know, I guess I felt like it needed to be addressed. But that's another situation. But anyway, so yeah, so as a woman who played basketball and like have done all these masculine things, pretty much assertive things, physical things. I love to be physically active. I love sports. I love the act of like I love the act of selling something, to be in business. But I also love to create, which makes a part of all those things feminine. If I play sports, that's still feminine because I'm creating. If I'm in business and I'm trying to do a deal, I'm still being creative about it. Like, all right, what do I need? All right, how we gonna go about this? This is still strategic, but also creative. So to me, I always was like, well, I feel like a feminine woman, right? But when I look at the times that I had trouble receiving help or like even pleasure or even a gift or a compliment, it was like, damn, why that feel uncomfortable, right? Because I'm thinking, do this person really mean it? Is this coming from the heart? Because as a child, when someone would give me something, well, one, a lot of people ain't give me shit that I asked for. Like, well, I'm gonna be specific. So when I used to ask my father for money, because my mom would tell me to ask him, it's not like I just was like, hey, can I get money? But the fact that I even have to explain that shows you how I still have a problem in that area when I'm asking a man for money. But I was a little girl and I needed money to get my hair done. Normal shit. But I didn't know it was normal. I'm a child. I don't know. I would see my friends would get their hair done from their big sister or something. So I'm thinking, damn, maybe I am spoiled. Maybe I should have a big sister that is doing my hair. But nigga, I don't have that. My aunt is out of town right now. I need my hair done. The fuck? But I had an absent father who was extremely abandoning and extremely neglectful. So I didn't know, like, oh, this nigga just tripping. So I'm thinking, okay, he was like, oh God, you can't ask your mom. But the distaste in his voice hurt me a lot as a child, where I would go, oh my God, I shouldn't ask a person for anything, and especially not a male, because he was the only man that I really knew besides my grandfather. I have a lot of women that I grew up under, so I didn't really have any other adults that were men besides for him and my grandfather. And my grandfather would give things without you asking. That's lit. I'm so happy it got that, and it was 1414 on the thing. That's crazy. Look at that. Maybe that was my grandfather. He is passed away now, so we hear you, sir. We hear you. I'll talk to you later. Because I pray to my grandfather a lot. Sometimes we'd be arguing. Sometimes I'd be like, bruh, why you do this like this? Why would you do that like that? Now, I'd be like, bruh, why would you do that like that? Now it's affecting my mom and them like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, me and my... I be praying to my grandfather, and we be arguing. Or maybe I just be mad at his responses, where he'll be like, oh, this is what I thought was best at the time. And I'm like, but how? Right? So, but anyway, yeah, so as a young girl, I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be asking for stuff. So I don't really ask for things. But when I receive, as I got older, I would, sometimes it would be easy to receive, right? Because, of course, if it's from someone that I know is a giving, free, nice person. But then when I would receive from people where I'm like, I don't know them yet, or I don't know, like something seemed a little off. It seemed like I may owe them something because they gave me this. That's when stuff would be like bad for me, because then that would trigger me and I'll be like, oh my God, like, and then fear. And then with fear, my whole body shut down with fear. Like, that's why I'm out here, because this allows me not to be scared. This allows me to be like, you know what? All right, well, if he gave that on some stuff where like he trying to buy something, or like he trying to like he think he about to get something in return, that's on him. But when I'm not in nature and it's a lot of things that's going on at once and it's a lot of overwhelming, I'm like, man, I gotta figure this out, because there's so many things at one time. It's not like it's just this nigga, it's all these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. Sometimes it's a lot, but I think it's not going to be like that no more, because the way that I'm allowing things to affect me is different. Damn, I worded that well. You did a good job, Rafe. You did a good job. So I'm starting to compliment myself more out loud and just in general, because I learned when I say positive affirmations to myself, especially in a praising way, which I didn't always do. Because, like, I guess I was hard on myself, because I thought that, like, everybody could do stuff I do, or, like, I just thought, oh, yeah, I should be able to do that. But in reality, nah, I be doing a lot of monumental shit, and I'm good at a lot of things. And I didn't really give myself credit for that. And I think it made people think that stuff was easy for me. But it's like, nah, like, if it is easy, that still don't mean that you need to take advantage of it. Like, this is mine, you know? If I create a meal for myself, that don't mean you come up and just start eating. Nah, I cooked myself a meal. You can ask, and I can also say no. But when you don't know those, like, when you are gaslighted by parents and neglected and not understanding emotional intelligence, it's really confusing. You grow up very confused. Oh my God. So I'm going to end this because I think my phone about to die. But can y'all leave the comment below about anything that y'all could relate to? If y'all have a question about anything, especially like if you're like a guy and you're like, well, I want to know more about periods. Bro, I'll explain everything to you. You know what I'm saying? On here, though, not one-on-one. Because some people have contacted me in my DM, and I know that I'm like an open, welcoming type of woman. But I want to talk like publicly, because you're not the only person that has this question. Like, not that this is a classroom or nothing, but we can share. This is the whole point of the podcast. Like, let's share this information, because you may not be the only male that don't know, or woman. It could be a young girl that's 15 and she like, oh my God, I not just got my period, because she should have got it at like 12 at least. But I got my first boyfriend that I want to have sex with now, and I got my period and I didn't know how to tell him. I got you. Because for some reason, that was a strong suit for me. I would be like, look, it's on. We still, you know what I mean? But not everybody's like that. And maybe you know things that I don't. Like, you can help me with stuff where I'm like, damn, I didn't even think about that. And you only 15, but we can learn from everybody. Like, I don't think that age is a thing where you're like, oh, that person doesn't know. Nah, she probably a genius, low-key. So, yeah. And if you're getting anything out of this, and like you just want to put a topic on here so we can converse, let me know. You know what I'm saying? But I had to get the sun and get the energy, because it feels great out here. It feels so beautiful out here. So I thank you to the city of Philadelphia for allowing this park to be a public park. We have a lot of public parks in Philadelphia, which they don't highlight outside of Philadelphia, and that breaks my heart. Because this is why I'm so big into nature, because I grew up outside all the time. There's a playground like everywhere. We got a lot of playgrounds, and it be popping. We used to be outside a lot. So again, this is why I'm trying to figure out why it's so stiff. That's what I started off at, and then I got to being a woman. But yeah. But bye, y'all.